Hello. After what was a very wet October for many places, the beginning of November promises more rain, particularly through Wednesday night into Thursday, thanks to Storm Ciarán. This storm named by the Met Office. It will bring widespread heavy rain, but in the south of the UK and the Channel Islands, there is the threat of damaging winds. On our earlier satellite image, you can see that storm just beginning to develop, this hook appearing in the cloud. That's an area of low pressure that is deepening and will continue to deepen as it pushes in our direction.
Now, large parts of the UK are getting ready for a fresh bout of wind and rain as Storm Ciarán is due to hit tomorrow.
It's been relentless already, hasn't it, over the last few days? And this latest storm comes as parts of Northern Ireland have already experienced flooding this week. As you can see here, dozens of businesses in Newry have had their premises damaged as the city's canal burst its banks amid heavy rainfall.
As you can see there, thousands of sandbags have been stacked along the canal, people preparing for more wet weather to come. Because there is a lot of weather to get through, isn't there, Carol?
You can say that again, Sal, yes. Do you know what? Last storm season, the storm season starts in September. We only had 2 storms in the whole season. Today is the 1st of November and the storm season, of course, is underway. And we're already talking about storm number 3.
Wow.
They're coming in fast and furiously at the moment. Good morning, everybody. This morning, I'm going to be talking quite a bit about Storm Ciarán. Now, Storm Ciarán is coming our way tonight and through tomorrow, bringing widespread heavy rain, damaging winds in the south. The Channel Islands, for example, could have gusts as much as 90 miles an hour. Now, this here in the satellite is Storm Ciarán. It's still very much developing. At the moment, we've got a weather front moving northwards across our shores, bringing in some heavy rain. And we also have this little system here, which is pushing steadily eastwards, bringing in some squally rain as well. Now, this will clear quite readily as we go through this morning. Probably by lunchtime it should be gone. This band of rain moving out of Northern Ireland and moving out of Northern England and pushing northwards across Scotland will be preceded by some snow on the tops of the hills and mountains. It's going to be windy across the northeast and the northwest of Scotland, and then later you can see Storm Ciarán waiting in the wings. These are our temperatures, only 6 in Lerwick to about 14 as we push further south. Now, heading on through the evening and overnight, here comes the storm, bringing in all this rain, some heavy rain and strengthening winds. Winds in just a minute. For Scotland and for Northern Ireland, it's going to be a fairly quiet night, mostly dry, and it's going to be chilly in sheltered glens. Chilly enough potentially for a touch of frost here and there. So we pick up Storm Ciarán tomorrow. It's this deep area of low pressure. It's going to be pushing northwards and eastwards. Look at the squeeze on its southern flank of those isobars. So the Met Office has 2 wind warnings in force. This one across Pembrokeshire and southwest England kicks in for wind between 3 o'clock in the morning and 1300. This one, as the storm pushes northeastwards, kicks in at 6 o'clock in the morning and it runs until 8 o'clock in the evening. Now, we're looking at strong gusts of wind. You can see here, inland, widely 65 to 75 mile an hour gusts, more than that on the coasts. And I did mention the Channel Islands as well. If we take a look at the kind of gusts we're looking at here, we're looking up to 90 miles an hour. Now, these are damaging gusts. There'll be some very large waves as well, and those waves could well take in some debris onto the coasts and also over the banks and things like that. So it's something to watch out for. They can also take roofs off and uproot trees. So a lot of damage could well be caused by that.
There is no pause or rest in the weather either. We've got this big storm, Storm Ciarán, that's going to be affecting some parts of the UK tomorrow into Thursday. But already there's been loads of trouble in Northern Ireland, particularly in Newry, isn't it? In the city of Newry, yeah.
That's because of the heavy rain that we've already seen there already over the last few days and weeks, in fact. You can see there that live shot, they're still flooding, and I'm sure Carol is going to tell us this morning that they're expecting more wet weather.
They've certainly had some rain this morning, Sal. It's now pushing northwards, but of course we're talking about Storm Ciarán, which will be coming our way later on today. And in fact, Storm Ciarán is going to bring with it some damaging winds. We could have gusts in the Channel Islands as much as 90 miles an hour, with exposure even more than that. The Jersey Met Service actually has a red warning out for that. But I mentioned that the Jersey Met Service has a red warning out for the wind as well. We're looking at gusts up to 90 miles an hour, but over open waters, exposed coasts, for example, we could see even close to 100 miles an hour. So, Sal and John, pretty damaging, something to certainly keep on top of.
Good grief, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's with exposure, but
Wow.
still.
Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, both. That's right, John. The storm will come in later on today, initially to the southwest, and it is going to pack a punch. Good morning to you too. The kind of weather you can expect: heavy rain, some places seeing 20 to 30 millimetres of rain, falling on already saturated ground, and damaging winds across the south of the country. In the Channel Islands, we could have gusts up to about 90 miles an hour, more than that with exposure. The Jersey Met Service has a red wind warning in force. We're looking at gusts up to 90 miles an hour, but over open water, around the coasts, for example, with exposure, we could see more than that. 98 mile an hour gusts are quite possible, and that is damaging.